greatest achievement somebody comes right after their worst defeat.
It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the noise. Get back to the mental lab.
This comeback is an apology to yourself, an apology for wasting time, an apology for holding yourself back, and an apology for sabotaging your own success. See, if you're watching this video, you're obviously sick and tired of being sick and tired.
There comes a day where being average, being mediocre is just sickening to you. It's just sickening. It makes you want to throw up.
And if you're not, you can click off this video because it's probably not for you. See, it's time for the 2.0 version of ourselves to come out, the version of ourselves that's committed to our goals, no matter what, the version that feels the fear. But does it? Anyway, and the version of ourselves that attacks our goals relentlessly without procrastination. I'm in this phase too, and for too long, I was in a rut. I put off achieving the goals I set for myself instead of doing the work that would have progressed my life. I indulged in phases that were no good for me. This is known as escapism. I put off chasing the goals that were important to me because I was scared that people would laugh at me. I always talked about how I was going to achieve such and such goal, but never took action on it.
Then something just snapped. Something inside of me.
I've eventually realized that enough is enough. Like, how much more time are we going to spend debating our goals before we get up and do something? Truly ask yourself the question, what would be worse? The pain of getting to the end of your life just to realize you lived in regret, or the pain of enduring a hard task that would give you a sense of accomplishment in yourself? You know the answer. So let me tell you how we are going to make the greatest comeback of our lives. During these next few months, you've got to improve every aspect of your life. In other words, you have to reinvent yourself. The best place to start is to form a powerful routine. When you set an early time for yourself to wake up and you eat the frog, which means doing the hardest task you can for that day. First thing in the morning, it breeds confidence. That's way to say if you win the morning, you win the day. And that means if you keep winning days, you win the week and keep winning weeks. You win the months and keep winning months. You win the year. The momentum from the morning just keeps compounding throughout the day. I wake up at 6 a.m. and do the hardest thing I can, which is an ice bath and a workout. This immediately sets the tone for the day. You feel confident in yourself and you can't wait to attack the rest of your goals for the day. For too long, I unknowingly lived resenting myself for being unproductive and lazy, but that's not the case anymore. Basically, just following Huberman morning routine is the best option.
What does your morning routine look like?
Wake up.
Round about what time?
These days around 6:30 a.m. When I wake up, I make a beeline for sunlight. The single best thing you can do for your sleep, your energy, mood, wakefulness, metabolism is to get natural light in your eyes early in the day. I hydrate, I drink water. Then I do caffeine about 90 to 120 minutes after waking.
You've had your light in the eyes. What have you been doing between that and the yerba mate 90 minutes?
I try and do something challenging. I generally will then do some sort of physical workout.
And you're taking yourself up until 10:30, 11 a.m., something like that?
Yeah, and then I'll eat my first real meal.
I was always so curious on how people were able to not care what others thought and had that zero FG mindset. And I've realized a way you can achieve that mindset if to crush yourself every day by doing a hard task. Like this morning, it was freezing outside and I got up and had a nice bath at the time. It felt terrible, but now I feel but after doing it, I just felt so confident in myself for being able to overcome the fear. So you've got to find something that's hard for you to do and do it. Of course, don't think I'm perfect because I'm still figuring things out, but these ideas and practices have been helping me. I realized I was a master of procrastinating, but recently, I've really been procrastinating a lot less. I started not eating until midday and have started avoiding carbs until the evening. This is because the fasting keeps you mentally sharp. And by avoiding carbs, you don't get that sleepy feeling after eating. I've stopped indulging in cheap dopamine.
There's also an advantage to keeping insulin low. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you go to zero carbohydrate. My preferred way of eating is to go low or no carbohydrate throughout the day for alertness, get that adrenaline release and the focus that goes with it, etc., the ability and to think and move and do all the things I need to do during the day. And then I eat carbohydrates at night because it facilitates the transition to sleep.
And this has really stopped me from procrastinating because now I'm getting proper dopamine from working out, achieving my goals, and so on. Basically, when you cut out the cheap sources of dopamine, there's nowhere else to get it, but from hard, rewarding tasks. Look, during this comeback, you have got to be disciplined. This is something I find tough, and everybody finds hard. I'm still trying to get better at it. But I heard something really powerful recently, and that is how you do anything is how you do everything. This means you must be disciplined enough to follow through with your task. That's it for now, and remember, your full potential is waiting.